Uganda's elections are over, but the controversy is just beginning. President Museveni's son has issued threats and ultimatums to opposition leader Bobi Wine. Wine has rejected the results, calling the vote rigged. To address these claims, we are now joined by Bobi Wine, who is speaking exclusively to Firstpost from an undisclosed location. Well, thank you ever so much for joining us. Yoweri Museveni's son, Muhoozi Kainerugaba, has made threats against your life, not for the first time, and has given you 48 hours to surrender. Will you surrender, and are you fearful for your life?
First and foremost, I am not going to surrender to him or to anybody. I am not a criminal. It is not a crime to run for president. It is not a crime to challenge his father's 40-year dictatorship. If they did not want anybody to run against his father, they wouldn't have called for an election. That is number one. Number two, I left my home because I was escaping danger, because I was under raid. I was under attack. I was raided by people, and I'd been informed earlier that they had come to harm me, and that is why I left ran away from my home. I also I've not gone back to my home because my home is taken over by the military. The internet at my home is jammed, and even the network, it is close to impossible to make calls to my wife and family who are home. While all that is going on, I am not giving up. I'm not going to be intimidated. I know that Muhoozi has all the power. He is the son of General Museveni, who is the president for 40 years. He is the commander of the military. He is a chief of defense forces and commands all armed forces. But I'm not scared of him because I'm not a criminal, and everything I say is within the law.
Yes, so you claim that the election was rigged, of course, Museveni coming away with around 75% of the votes. But what proof do you have to support these allegations of rigging?
Proof by DR forms or declaration of result forms. We even have video proof. This time the rigging was even more shameless than 2021 because besides, during the elections, the military was the one campaigning for Museveni and rounding up all our supporters. On the eve of the election, 2 of my deputy presidents were abducted. There are 2 women deputy presidents, and I don't know where they are up to now. Hundreds upon hundreds of our polling agents were picked up, and they went missing. Some are still in prison. Others were tortured so bad and thrown in the bushes, while others are in prison and missing. On election day, still people turned out and voted in massive numbers against General Museveni. Where our agents were not arrested or abducted, we have evidence, we have declaration forms that indicate that we defeated Museveni by far. Unfortunately, what the Electoral Commission read was something completely different.
And Bobi Wine, this was your second time running in an election against Museveni, who is set to rule until his 86th birthday. What does your political future hold?
First and foremost, I don't look at my future as political. I look at my future and the future of Uganda as a free, whether political or not, but to be free. I came into this political situation to free myself and to free my country, and we look at freedom, all of us together. We know that the people of Uganda are well sensitized, and they will fight back, and ultimately they will free themselves. No dictator has lived forever. No oppressed people have been oppressed forever. So ultimately the future of Uganda is free, united, and prosperous for all Ugandans. That is not going to come at a silver platter. That is going to take a fight, a moral fight. We went into this election not trusting the system, no. We knew that the system was corrupted, that all institutions of state were captured, but we went into this election to first and foremost unite the people of Uganda behind the flag, and to also sensitize them, but to also use the opportunity to tell them the truth, because we would not get any other opportunity to reach out to as many people of Uganda and to talk to them. We succeeded, and we count that as a success. Next move is to organize and see how to free ourselves.
There was a well-documented security crackdown in the lead-up to the polls on your supporters and at your rallies. What is your response now to the post-election killings? The government are framing these people being killed as terrorists. They're your supporters.
Every dictator will find a derogatory term to call their opponent. To see that anybody that sides with me or sides with the opposition in Uganda is branded a terrorist or a criminal is not new. Hundreds were killed. More than 750 of our members were arrested during the campaigns. As we speak right now, our human rights desk tells us that more than 2,000 of our colleagues are in prison right now. They are detained while scores have been killed, especially when the internet was switched off. So many people are being killed, and we are still taking stock of the killed, the missing, and the tortured.
And to finish, Bobi Wine, you're currently in hiding. Could you provide some more information? Are you still in Uganda, and when may you resurface?
Yes, I'm in the country. I'm in Uganda. Right now, I'm at large. I don't know how I'm going to be in the coming hours, but I'll try as much as I can to still be free, to still be in charge of myself, and to keep our way out of those dangerous hands of Muhoozi and the criminal regime, and these criminals, these violent criminals that torture people for fun. I will resurface when I feel it is safe to resurface. As of right now, my home is surrounded, and I'm uncertain about what's yet to happen.
Well, a huge thank you to Bobi Wine for speaking to us on Firstpost.
The world doesn't fit in boxes, so why should your news? From battlefields to negotiation tables, from internet outrage to real-world injustice. The conversations everyone is having and the ones they're avoiding. It's the same show, but this new year, Firstpost America gets a new look. I'm Kerry Johnston, and this is Firstpost America.